Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, today this is going to be a message for my viewer, and we are just going to take a look at what is the most beneficial way to approach your journey of conscious love at this time. So first off, I just want to say tarot is not God, and anybody out there looking to tarot readings for the answer, you're not going to find it there, honestly. So deepen your connection with God. God is love. And when you connect with the highest authority, the divine, that becomes your lifeline. That becomes your translation. As you develop your spiritual giftings, it's only found through that connection to source. And so please do understand that these are general readings. Tarot is a tool, but it is not the divine God in and of itself. And so may these readings bless you. That's the intention. But always remember, pray, connect with source, and let that be your guide. Actually, every single tarot reading that you watch, consume, you should be praying as you go into it to ask for guidance on what actually pertains to your situation and what might not. Take what resonates, leave the rest, but you can evoke the Holy Spirit as a translator as you watch any tarot reading or think any thought or embark in any scenario. So let that be a reminder. Okay, much love. Let's get into it. So as always, thank you, a divine creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can my beautiful viewers see in these cards about their journey? What is the highest, most beneficial information they need to hear at this time? And what can we look towards going forward? Okay, conscious mind about the connection. Pride, I love myself and I see myself in everyone, and then my card of prayer. So how amazing that no coincidences, but how we get this message coming out after that first intro. So seeing yourself in everyone means you're mirrored in anyone that you are connected with. So on your love journey, whomever your sacred mirror is, that doesn't mean they are righteous. That does not mean that they are in their divinity and putting love into the world infallibly. But it is a reflection of where you are at. This being, if you put up with junk, you are at a place of brokenness where that's what is familiar to you. When you elevate and come into righteousness, you will not allow into your intimate reality anything that is not righteous. So this is, what you do for self, you do for counterpart. When you raise your standards, when you remember your divinity, when you bring that righteousness in, you can take or leave your counterpart. And that's not rejecting them or abandoning them or giving up hope in them. It just means you're not wallowing and lamenting and frustrated because they're not elevating for you or they're not progressing spiritually for them even. You take care of yourself, and it becomes this momentum whereby when you rise, if this really is your counterpart, that will inspire them, and it happens together. And if it's not, they have free will. Just because we say someone is the one we want doesn't mean that that's actually compatible or true. The only way we can make sense of and have peace on this journey is in constant communion with source and loving ourselves seeing ourselves. So I love myself and I see myself in everyone. If you can do it, then you can have the faith and the belief and the awareness that they can do it too. But it is only found through connection to source. And you're meant to be a light in the world for that. What can we see coming up? The star. Yeah. So when you come into mastery, 100,000 other people come up into the light. You are not abandoning or rejecting or throwing someone out if you continue to rise. So a lot of those devil energies say there's not enough to go around. If you're better, it means that, or if you become more resilient and spiritually sovereign, you're a traitor. No, it couldn't be further from the truth. We all have to rise to our destiny, to our God-given potential, our gifts, our talents, what we're here for, and bringing that light. We're meant to be a living example of that joy and celebration. We are not meant to keep down in the suffering and in the attachment, into the illusion that things can't get better. That's not meant for us. So keep finding that way higher with the star. And just know that when you love yourself, you can actually then for the first time see how with wholehearted belief someone else and your counterpart, anyone could also find that path of healing. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, what can we see for my viewer and the connection to their specific person? Oh, patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So it's not of your power, it's of that divine order. It does require that you elevate in order to be a frequency match for heightened frequency, elevated love. But it happens in divine order the way that it will. And the well, this is one of the ascended cards in this particular deck, and this means going with the flow, attuning to that longevity, the fountain of youth, the aliveness. Without further ado, this is what you are meant to do. You are meant to put your own journey, your own choices into alignment with the divine so that everything else comes into alignment in divine order around you. When you are out of alignment, you will see things out of alignment. When you're in alignment, watch how it falls into alignment around you. And Mother of Pentacles, this is my nurture card. This is wifey energy, but this is mother, so children right now, mothering children, taking care of children, priority. Might be a special message. This is also a card of fertility and home, blessings, creature comforts, provisions, everything working out for you, self-soothing. This can be you really honoring your own physical vessel. And that fountain of youth, don't get into holding patterns on any level. Your person is teaching you how to love yourself instead of lose yourself into a relationship, not because they are conscious of it, but because at this level of awareness, you are in a divine orchestration, and this person represents potential, but also the resistance, the premature resistance, or how do I word that? If your connection hasn't come together yet at this level of consciousness that you resonate with my readings or the readings that come through me, you are learning to not lose yourself into relationship. You're learning to take care of your own needs, even physically on every level, coming into your optimum. And so this does, this card came out in the inverse. Patience with self and getting yourself into the alignment you need, and then the details will all be worked out when you just focus on yourself and find the routes to healing, to thriving that are in your grasp. I'm hearing the serenity prayer again, having the wisdom to know what you need to be focused on, and then having the surrender to allow everything that others need to do to be in their court. Okay, what can we see for the heart space? Wow, diligence and perseverance. Perseverance came out in the inverse. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So right now, viewer, you might be feeling like you don't know if you can. You don't know if you can take much more, if you can keep doing that, but you already are. It's one foot in front of the other. This is the slow and steady. And in time, you are creating new habits, more life-affirming habits, letting go of the things that no longer serve. You are establishing this discipline. So just because you haven't noticed or been accustomed to seeing others with the level of mastery, discipline that you are embarking on, that does not mean that you are not capable, ready, willing, and already doing it. This card says you're already doing this. With this energy being on the heart space, this is your wholehearted showing up for your life and being in the flow of this. So just focusing on yourself, putting all the other noisy brain things out of the way and continuing onward. It doesn't matter if it feels like you've got the stamina or the perseverance. If you just do a little consistently, consistency is the key. Day in, day out, righteousness. Be in the alignment and it will all fall into place. What can we see coming up? The moon. So part of the mysteries of life is just going through with accountability. We're not meant to know how that masterpiece unfolds. This is definitely you, viewer, losing yourself to the dance, not losing yourself into a relationship or into the pressures of the world, but into the dance of who you are. Into the mystery. Into the mystery we go, I just heard. What can we see for the Heart of Hearts about your counterpart? Ooh, relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good, the world. So the world in the inverse here says that both, even though there's so much potential and there is so much good that is coming out of knowing your person and how you have evolved thus far, the world is not here in the upright and we don't have the Fool just yet. So this means there are still things that equip us to have relationships that serve our highest good. That's internally, and our person also is going through this exodus from the world and tapping into this perseverance and diligence and consistency, discipline, discernment. We are at a developmental stage where we can start to let go into the mystery and allow it to unfold with a growing wellspring of love and a deepening knowing of the trust in the divine plan. Oh, wow. We got the world. So this is just confirming that it's not just you, viewer, it's your person as well. Everybody is tackling the final frontier for them. So if it's emotions, it's emotions. If it's physical body, it's physical body. If it's finances, it's finances. If it's, whatever the realm is that you have not yet come into your best potential regarding. That does not mean we're all going to be absolutely perfect in anything. But for you, there are things that you can continue advocating and taking accountability for, mind, body, spirit, on all levels. So we're not all going to be exactly in the same description on all level. We each have our challenges and our strong suits. This is about not giving up on the challenges. Your worthiness doesn't depend on the challenges, but your experience of spirit, faith, love, trust in physical form is your greatest accountability. And so deepening your connection to source, deepening your connection to self, deepening your connection to the things that are good, the relationships that are good, this forges something beyond the material realm. This takes it to the next level. This right attitude transcends the limitations, but it also celebrates being a human and seeing how fully you can experience freedom from the limitations through transcending the world. So on your heart of hearts, that's what this journey is truly about. It's about the love, people. What can we see on the what we want to manifest level? Surrender. I can release my need to control. And then the hermit who always meditates on the star. We already got that. So surrender control externally and go deep within. What are your personal goals? What do you want to see progress, move, grow, evolve for you? What would you like, just personally, not talking about counterpart or anything, but what would you like to see unfold in a beautiful way? Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today, I just heard. So what is it that you wish you could bring more personal freedom to? Meditate on how could you begin to gather the information, the awareness, the tools to bring yourself into an increase of movement and direction in the ways that you're currently feeling confined, held back, limited. What aspect of your life can you surrender the need to control and earnestly look within for permission to embark on that journey of forward movement in the areas that you feel stuck? That can be mind, body, or soul, or emotions. So just take a moment, even if you have to pause this video, and surrender all the details about everything else and really ask yourself immediately, where do I feel stuck right now? And then take a moment to meditate, to pray, to ask on Most High, what would I need to do to bring movement to that? And if you don't know, just say an intentional prayer that says, I'm open to having that answer come to me. How I can bring movement in that area. That might be consulting a professional. That might be talking to trusted loved ones. Or you might already know what you need to do. It's just a matter of doing it. So this is that internal stuckness that we need to surrender and actually drop in to initiative. So even if you have to pray for the initiative, this is your permission, do it. You only have you. You only have this vessel. You only have this life. Do it. What can we see coming forward? Wow, there's that diligence card again. It's like one foot in front of the other. This is beautiful. So yes, it's about consistency. Again, the message today is consistency and self-realization, but higher guidance coming in, not ego. What can we see for the actions? Purpose. Ooh, I know what I'm here to do. Okay, so there is a sense of purpose coming in. This is my Wounded Warrior card as well. So some of the reasons you haven't fully lost yourself into the dance of life and gone into the complete flow is this wounded energy. So healing. When we give ourselves permission to take those steps going forward, the things that have held us back or the reasons we've played small or set limitations for ourselves, those things do come to surface as we take the initiative to bring progress in. There is an overlap. It's not cold turkey, all or nothing. In many ways, if you want to master, teach. So there's something here with the actions. Begin today. Determine what you need to do and do it even if you don't tell yourself or would not self-identify as the healed version of you in any way. Tell yourself it will come in time. That beginning today is an act of love. Okay, beautiful. What can we see? Yeah, curiosity. So if you feel stuck, if you feel held back, becoming curious about what the next steps would genuinely need to be, at least educating yourself on what you could do next. Many times we're frozen and we don't create change because we don't know what our options are. So this is a card of finding those options. You would be amazed when you set yourself a goal, how quickly the algorithm of the universe conspires to bring you everything you need to fulfill that. But it's an inside job. As soon as you determine what you would like to experience, what's relevant, if you genuinely put that out there, you will start to be bombarded by the pieces of the puzzle coming at you faster than you could ever imagine. What is the biggest challenge for my viewer? 2222, nice. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And 7 of Cups. I'm getting that this might be your divine connection or the current sacred mirror that you are exploring with. Friendship in the inverse. So is it friends? Is it more than friends? Has this person stepped out even as a friend? It's so ambiguous. And even the 7 of Cups, it's all over the place. Now, the biggest challenge is just when we try to grasp onto something external, it falls away. It's gone. It's nowhere to be seen because we need to be tapping into this connection to source, advocating for ourselves, taking full responsibility and accountability for the things that we can do that nobody else can do for us. We have to control our own frequency, our own health, our own vitality, our own thriving. So it's not outside of ourselves. If we try to cling on to a person, place, or thing for this surrogate energy, we will spin our wheels. We're coming into a time of individual mastery like never before. And I believe the energy is waiting for us to do that, to bring in the type of abundance that is set for all of us when we do our own free will due diligence here. What is coming up? Yeah, steps in the process. So again, the 9 of Wands, this is that wounded warrior, but in this card, it is instead of staying in that wounding, this is taking the needed steps, to get to that goal. The goal may feel way over there right now, but take this first step today. There is this incredible diligence coming in. I just committed to a 6-month physical mobility journey today. So this is going to be really interesting to me. I've been in a car accident. I've had other injuries, and this reading is like, go collective. I am embodying this. It's a bit daunting. My physical mobility goals are here, but I am going for it. And I do invite all of you to, in whatever way that you feel inspired to begin your journey of freedom. Also, what is the solution here? Guilt in the inverse, in the reverse. So I release any beliefs that no longer serve my soul's growth. For this 10 of Pentacles, the long-term thriving. This is the abundance, generational wealth. It is fulfillment in the physical. This is a long-term plan, longevity, and guilt. So I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. This means any of the guilt, shame that keeps you playing small or believing that everyone else can but not me. Why not you? Yes, we all have challenges, but we all do have ways that we can go towards improvement. And this perseverance, this overcoming, is in so many different areas. We're not meant to give up. We are meant to keep asking on Most High to show us each the next steps. What is the direction? We have a foundation, but this is also this invitation. This can be a scarcity card. It can be a hoarding card, a limitation card. My throat chakra. So the invitation is to open up to more. Open up to more freedom, less fear, less restriction, less binding, less playing small, less feeling inadequate, less holding back, and more saying yes to miracles, yes to going forward, yes to persevering, yes to stepping out of comfort zone, yes to being wholehearted. Beautiful. What is the near future, the direction? Success. Wow, and the devil in the inverse. So overcoming those illusions, the stuckness. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. It starts with loving yourself and believing that anything that you are struggling with, there is a way to feel and approach it with more love. There is no greater goal than to love. So loving ourselves right where we're at and taking it sincerely, that we have opportunities to have the right attitude, to have the right connection to source, the information, the righteousness, and that we all have free will, especially if you're watching this, to make strides towards life-affirming existence, whether that's emotionally, mentally, or physically. There is no true power over us if we are in the righteous alignment and doing the work. Everything's connected. What you do for self, what in one way truly you do for your holistic self, and everyone connected with you, and so on and so on. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.